Before the video starts, I want to say that I am astonished by how different those two games were. They happened one after the other, and in game one I couldn't find common speech with my allies. I massively disagreed with their talent choices and with their calls. Calls as in, let's fight now, let's initiate, and about their positioning. And we've had a hard time winning the fights, and when we did win fights we couldn't capitalize on that because we couldn't decide what to do next. And in the end we lost. And the next game one, very next game after the first one, I got matched up with allies that we agreed. We didn't have any problems agreeing on what to do, when to do it, like when to initiate, where to fight, what to do after we win a fight, you know? And we had no problem winning. No problem at all. It's like, isn't that a bit weird? I don't really have a problem with Warcraft, per se. I only got a problem with the fact that I like just the solo. You know, like, I don't like Warcraft's multiplayer. And I know I'm probably a rare occasion, or like a rare case, because the reason... I would want to think that reason why Warcraft is still going is because of its online scene. And as of recently, with resurgence in Blizzard fans' interest in Warcraft in form of Back to Warcraft, the I don't know if it's a site or a stream group. I don't really know much about them. I'd want to think that's true, because they mainly showcase just multiplayer things. No, and the problem I have with it is just that I like only solo content. And as such, if I ever stop recording Warcraft, where else do I go? Like, it doesn't connect to anything, unless there's Warcraft 4. It's sort of like Warcraft... Shut the f... Like, Warcraft does link to many other Blizzard games. Like Hearthstone, you got World of Warcraft, you got some references to it in StarCraft. But it does not directly link to anything. I mean, you could say it directly links to Warcraft and... You could say directly links to Warcraft and... this was bad. Yeah, now it's just Illidan dead. You could say directly links to World of Warcraft and Hearthstone because they're both based off of it. But if you have a look at what those two games are and what sorry, I can't focus. And what Warcraft is, they're different genre. So I don't really know. A game I would consider a direct continuation of something would be a game from the same genre. You know, like, let's say another strategy. And the problem is that, as I said, I think that there's no direct continuation of Warcraft, and if I ever stop recording it, what will I go to? Because those that regularly watch my Warcraft videos like to watch a strategy. Heroes of the Storm is not a strategy, even though it has some Warcraft characters. StarCraft is a strategy, but is from completely different universe than Warcraft. And World of Warcraft is a MMORPG, and I don't even like it that much. So what would I do? Like, what would I record? What I'm trying to say is, I suppose it doesn't really lead anywhere if... Damn. Come on, go into them. There we go. We can push them, it's just that allies decided we can. There we go. I could stay and heal, but no.
I must retreat.
So, that's the only problem I have with it. I don't like the multiplayer part of Warcraft, as I said. I don't mind the solo, I find the solo fun. That's why I record it. But what else can I do? Like, what else can I record? Because there are times when I don't want to play Warcraft. And the other Blizzard game, on which I spend the most time, and is on the second place, StarCraft is on the third place, Hearthstone on the fourth, and on the second is Heroes of the Storm. And I'm thinking maybe I should start doing more videos on that. That's really bad initiation. They're 2 versus 3 and they still keep doing it. I mean, fine, whatever. If I didn't get there in time, I don't think they would have lost, but I think at least one would die and the enemies would get away with taking the camp. So like, I'm thinking of what else could I do, if not... Oh, he wasted a half a second there and that resulted in him not killing Asmodad. And in him now being maybe dead. I don't really have what it takes to kill him, I can only do damage. Now you fucked up. Asmodad! You needed to do just 1 or 2 right clicks, depending on when would you decide to attack him. And even then, if you move that little inch of the screen to the left and right click, you would still have enough time to get out before Anub'arak would come in. I don't know. I don't think specialists have a place in Heroes of the Storm rank. In quick match, fine. Because the teams that are matched together don't usually cooperate as well as a team in ranked will. So the specialists can sort of do their own thing, and most specialists are push organized, or well, push focused. But when it comes to rank, I think that all specialists that are usually picked are focused on the pushing. Abathur is sort of an exception, but only sort of, because he like still, like from level 10 onwards, he can turn fights around with evolution, but he's still kinda, his main presence is through other heroes and creeps. He doesn't have a real presence of his own, with the exception of his ultimate, so he's still kinda, the only thing he can do is push or assist. So is it recording? Seems like it is, yeah. So that's my current trouble. Oh, now you fucked up. You don't have a way out? Oh, that's bad. Well, I guess you're dead now. Because that was a bad initiation. Real bad. He can still go out, so... Oh, I missed that. If I hit that, that was another kill. Feels bad, man. So I need to figure what else can I record, aside from Warcraft, that most of the Warcraft viewers, which if you are watching this video you probably aren't, because they usually like to watch just Warcraft. I mean, I might be wrong, chances are that I am, but I think that if you like watching just one game, you're not gonna watch videos of another game on someone's channel. Unless you really like their personality, which I don't think is the case for me. I've been told a few times that my commentaries are boring, my voice is... well, it makes the viewers sleep, so... I don't think that's the case for me. So anyway, I need to figure what else can I record. And so far it looks like Heroes of the Storm could be the game. Because I don't always feel like recording 1 hour gameplay. And I say 1 hour because as of recently, it's... like, my videos have been voted that 1 hour is probably better than just like 30 to 40 minutes I used to record. So that's why I'm saying 1 hour. And in Heroes of the Storm the matches last 20 to 30 minutes. Usually it's more around the 20-minute mark, sometimes 15 minutes, sometimes 25. Very rarely does it go over 30 minutes. So... but once again, it's not a game that Warcraft fans would want to watch. At least not the majority of them. Because, as said, Heroes of the Storm and Warcraft are different genre. So... I mean, I'm also trying to be sort of competitive in Heroes of the Storm, but it doesn't always work out. Because even though I do some even though I try to play ranked and I try to rank up, allies sometimes tend to do very stupid mistakes, and the fact that they do them doesn't help. Like, I tend to do mistakes as well, but not as often and not as big as these allies. So, you know, for example, I shouldn't be engaging here, but I have what it takes to survive, and the Greymane didn't, and he thought I wanted to engage. I thought it was obvious that I do not intend to attack, that I just intend to do some damage, because what am I gonna do on the bot lane? Nothing. That Illidan is pretty risky, but if he can get a few hits on Genji or just on the wall to regain some health so he doesn't die, because the Asmodan is a fucking coward. For a second time he's just walking around not doing anything. He should be, right now he should be close to Illidan, so Illidan could, does he have dive? He can dive to allies, does he have that? Yeah. Asmodan should have just went over there so Illidan could dive to him, and he would have been alive by now. It's like this, Asmodan is a coward. Not only is he a coward, but he also has bad vision. Just like, and by that I don't mean his eyes, by that I mean his overall perception of a fight. It's like, oh hey, is there an ally fighting 3 enemies? Did he kill 2 of them? And if he kills the 3rd one he will be in real danger? Let me just go back and kill this one creep and maybe throw an Infernal Globe. Yeah, that's gonna save him. That's definitely... Yeah. It's like, it's stuff like that. I maybe do get salty over it, cause frankly if you're in Diamond League you shouldn't be doing these mistakes. That's just my point of view, that if you're in Diamond or in Master you shouldn't be doing these mistakes, but... if you do these mistakes, and you do them on the Specialist role, then I would want to think that you didn't get to Master because of your super ultra good Specialist plays. Get out of the way. Yeah, I knew I would be hit because it travels around the corner, but if I move down I would be hit probably by... Whoa, that was good. Sarcasm. Die! Stop going back and help. We're 4, they're 3. Well, now they're 4 as well, but... really. This Asmodan. Like, for real. It's good that he killed at least 1 enemy, but... incredible. Did you really think that was a good place to engage? We didn't have any vision of the area. There could be enemies over there, one over here, maybe someone over there. And if I run into that, I'm in active reach of probably 3 to 4 players. The other 3 were around me over there. Was I really, how do you say, 0 balls? Or was I just careful? Because in the end it's still... Stop pinging me, you peasant! Oh yeah, I didn't see that the Greymane was in there. Yeah, well, see, it's shite like this. I should have activated Fortitude earlier and maybe used the army, but I didn't think we would survive. And it was pointless to go save him, I knew that, but he would keep pinging me if I didn't. It's like, oh hey, did an ally just die? Let me dive in to get cocooned and then die again. I can't out-tank him, if you haven't noticed. They got 2 tanks. I'm solo tank on this team. What is he even talking about? Like, what's he thinking? How does one tank out-tank two enemies? Especially if they have Cocoon. And Cocoon can basically disable me. Oh yeah, I'm dumb. Yeah, okay. Correct me if I'm wrong. But... like, he has... Go for the throat, which deals set amount of damage, instead of the bullet, which deals person damage, and it does a lot of damage to tanks. They got two tanks, and he still picks go for the throat. I wonder. Now that was unlucky positioning for support. I don't see how are we winning this fight. It's like... it's illogical stuff like this that makes me go nuts about the inability of my allies to do good decisions. And I would want to think they would do good decisions if they got to Diamond or Master. Yeah, okay, now talk shit about me. Like, that will help with you being in the backline. Of course I'm in the backline. If you don't make one of them lose 40% of his health, if you don't, like, peel Tyrael or Anubarak from their full health, what am I supposed to... like, do you expect me to run in? We have Stukov, and Stukov can heal once per 15 seconds. Once per 15 seconds because of the biokill switch cooldown. His regular heal doesn't deal much. Like, you expect me to run in and hope that that one heal from support and my Q and ultimate, which I picked solely for the reason of being able to survive, will be enough to outlive two tanks and Alexstrasza, which has a lot more healing than Stukov does, at this point. A Genji, which has picked the Dragon Blade ultimate, which is pretty good in this situation. A Ragnaros, which has a lot of AoE. Like... what do they think that we're gonna do on the bottom? We're one level behind still, we don't have level 20, and they wanna go bottom and attack that. Like, and they would still go bottom and die there. Like, we are going to lose some of these at some point. And we can lose them now in exchange for not dying before we reach level 20. I would take that. Like, I don't... My issue is that I think I would usually do better than any of the allies that are currently playing their roles. But it just so happens that I got matched up with them. Engage, you fools! They're just 4 now. Kill Ragnaros. What are they even focusing? Kill him! I used ultimate late because I was talking, but... like... oh great, you killed another enemy. Cool. And you killed a tank, not the Alexstrasza, which has low health and soon's gonna have almost full. So I don't want to be salty, I don't want to be toxic. But when it comes to this, like, they could also initiate it on Alexstrasza. The two enemies have, I think they were seen headed over here, and Alexstrasza went down here. And they just ignore her and go destroy 2 siege giants. Like, what? I don't get it. At least now we have level 20, and as said, we lost that, but in exchange we defended top. Because we had, not had, but like, when I died, when Ragnaros died as well, we reached level 20, if I'm correct. So that helped them, that further helped them in defending the top. Alright, and watch how they're gonna ping me. Maybe if I gone straight from the spawn over there, I would reach that in time, but I didn't think they would stay and initiate. initiate, stay and fight. Because there's 2 shrines going to be soon active. Let me have a look. Let's go down to teleport. 3 out of 5 on their team can easily reach him after he teleports, okay. Human splash. Are you serious? Go for the throat, your ultimate turns you into a worgen, and you take a talent for human form. I find this a bit mental, but fine. We're there. No, there's no point in telling him that. Like, that's a good choice, for example. Because I can provide a lot of slow. That I don't understand. And he just disconnected. What a surprise. But he takes upgrade for his human form if his ultimate makes him a worgen, a melee form. What? See, it's stuff like this that I don't get. I don't know if he's being sarcastic or if he means it. Probably sarcastic. I don't know. The fact that Greymane had only 2,200 damage more than our Asmodan, that Illidan is somewhere in deep hell, and it's just pretty bad. 26% of team 0 damage. This number could have been a lot higher if he took that cursed bullet to peel off one tank or the other. Peel as in do a lot of damage before the main fight happens. As in, like, at the start of the fight, he shoots the bullet, does a lot of damage, and if there's one thing Alexstrasza is not good at, it's out-healing burst damage. And even though that's, like, well-known thing, I would say, because she spends her own health healing others, and even then, the Q has pretty long cooldown, like, it's mental. She also is pretty good at healing in an area, because of her W, Abundance. And he still takes talents for Cocktail. Like, no, just no, please. How did you get here? How did you get to... Look, I've been at Master 1000, and I deranked all the way back. I'm nearly back to where I started. I started at half of Diamond again, right? I every season that I go to ranked, I start over here, and it's shit like this. Like, really? I'd say maybe Illidan's talents were okay, but his shot calling wasn't. Or maybe I'm just a bad tank, but I didn't have these problems until I got into, like, Master. In Diamond I usually play well, and allies play well, and, like, I had 31 wins and about 20 losses when I got to Master 1000, and then it started. Stuff like this. Oh my god. You know, now that I think of it...
I hear the call.
Sorry. I do not understand why did Illidan pick the Hunt instead of Metamorphosis. Like, the expectation when playing against Alexstrasza is that whenever Alexstrasza throws down the W, Abundance, the circle that after it finishes timing, in other words, after the 2 points at which the outlines of the circle start and go towards the other point, like, the circle starts to draw itself. After it finishes drawing, a heal is applied, and all allies of Alexstrasza should be in it. I don't understand why didn't Illidan pick Metamorphosis, because it would be so easy to aim inside of it. Like, he kept diving into enemies anyway, so he could have had an extra, what, 1200, 1500 health? It's like 300 health per enemy hit. And it would also provide him with lowered crowd control. Like, he would have higher crowd control reduction. I think it's like 33% on duration of stuns, etc. And they did have a bunch of stuns. A bunch of crowd control. Like, I'm scratching my head more and more about the last match. I mean, I already gave up on winning, because if you noticed, here I had most wins with was Leoric. 14 wins. I got 11 wins on the way up, and I lost twice. And I got 3 wins on the way down, and I lost about 8 times. Yeah, because I wanted to try playing as him on the way down as well. And what seemed to be the trend when I was winning was that allies did not ban tanks. They wouldn't ban them ever. It's like... the way I think most of the matches go is that a team that picks more tanks wins, if the tanks know how to position and who to crowd control. Did you just throw that? Oh, you did. Oh, I slept. We could have... Oh, we still can. Never mind. And the last match, like, I was one tank against 2 tanks, and allies kept telling me that I can out-tank them, and why am I not engaging, and whatever. Like, I even did pick the talent which reduces crowd control. And it... To be honest, I didn't use it well, but I could have used it much worse, I think. In a much worse way. Obviously, because I'm commentating, I won't be 100% focused on the game, but I'll try to focus as I usually do. It's just... Alright, back to the Leoric. And I should have been on the bot already, and I should have kept healing and providing crowd control. With that Leoric... Come on, you can do some damage, I believe in you. Should have applied heal to him, whatever. Like, in these games when I picked Leoric, enemies had at least 2 tanky characters, while we had only 1, aside from me. And allies, in most of these games where I picked Leoric, kept telling me that Leoric is a bad pick. Now, I don't want to say I was correct, and I won't. I just want to say that my pick worked better than anything else probably would have, because of the obscure amount of tanks and tanky characters that the enemies had. Shame I don't have... Oh yeah, take it, boy.
Keep it up.
No, focus leaving. Oh, damn it. Damn it to all hell. And I know that's pretty common, that like... If come the fuck on, come on to me, I have... Yeah, it's cool, but like, he can 1v1 destroy you, that's why I was pinging for rejuvenation. Whatever. Fine, it worked out, I guess that was not correctly played by me. I know it's a common fact that if you pick Leoric against enemies that have... Against a team that has at least 2 high health characters, high basic health, right? Like tanks or bruisers, you have much higher chance of winning, because Leoric can just suck their soul dry. But... Damn it, a bit too slow. But the fact that allies kept telling me to re-pick him is what astonishes me. Like, I do get someone's concern about a specialist, I do get someone's concern about an assassin pick, I do get someone's concern about a support pick, but I don't get someone's concern about a character which deals person health damage. Like, I find it pretty logical. No, I don't have... Fine, I'll try my best. Nice, Nzebo, very nice. That was well played. I did not see him coming because I'm focusing on playing and also saying things that make sense. Saying what I have in mind.
Time for a mercenary camp.
Like, I don't get why someone would rage over an ally, I mean, unless that ally would have to pick, I mean, unless the ally would be tasked with picking a support or a tank, I don't get why someone would be mad over an ally picking a person damage hero, a person of enemy's health. So someone like Tychus, someone like Leoric, someone like Malfurion, those are all pretty solid in most situations, because in many games both teams have at least one tank, and in the few examples, in a few cases, one of the two teams has two tanks. Or, you know, like a tank and a bruiser, etc, etc. Very often it's like Sonya and the Hak, or Sonya and Moradin. And I just don't understand. Like, someone like Leoric can usually take care of themselves, because it's a hero that can manipulate enemy health, and as such he also has tools to manipulate his own health. You know, like Life Drain drains an enemy and heals you, then you've got Arcane Renewal, it's a talent that restores your health, and you can use it fairly often, you know, because I placed that badly. He would have been dead by now if I didn't miss. He maybe will survive. Damn. Oh, no, no, no. Watch this. It's gonna be a bomb. He's gonna try to juke, I think. No, you don't. I'm not gonna use Twilight Dream, would be a waste. There. And as such, it's usually not a character that your support would have to focus onto as much as on anyone else who cannot heal themselves, or, you know, like... What? Oh, you want... Oh, okay. Oh! Oh yeah, I forgot that if you start a mercenary camp before taking the event, like Dragon Knight, or... what is the other example? I can't think of it, but I know there's one more example. Oh yeah, the spider tomb. Before you call the spiders, let me take the damage. All mercs disappear once you take the event, and if you start doing mercs before taking the event, they won't disappear. So anyway, I just think that here's that deal percent amount of damage. I mean, percent of enemy's health with their abilities in damage. You're fucked. Unless this Dragon Knight targets the wall. Destroy the wall! You... Whatever, too late. I just think that hero is usually good because he softens up the tanks for your damage dealers, which shouldn't be focusing the tanks, but they usually do. And like that, such a character can soften up many enemies. No, why did you push him away? Deleted. 404, Stitches not found. That was a good attempt, but it was obvious they were gonna get out of that.
Glad you're backing me up.
So, like... So far I have no problem with these teammates, these allies. And it seems like they have no problem with me either. And that brings me to a point where I think that these allies will have talent choices I won't question. Because allies I usually don't argue with very often tend to have talent choices I would do. I would pick if I were tasked with picking a talent at like a talent tier. Drag that in, or never mind. Whoa, now I'm fucked. Doesn't matter, just leave me be. I should have ice blocked the moment he attempted to eat me, and he did eat me because I didn't use it, because that would give my allies enough time to get there and force him out. Or at least he would eat someone else than me. I wouldn't mind if he ate Lunar because she's low on health and mana, and she was pretty close. But I don't think she would sacrifice herself for me. Alright, there's the ice block. Nazebo, I think he manually turned off the ice block, like, split second before it ended, and that's why he took damage from those missiles from Li Ming. He died. That's good. Forget top and get bottom. They're gonna push that anyway. You can't hide behind that. I mean, maybe you can, but the next creep wave that comes in will just, like, almost finish it off. So I'm gonna need some assistance on bot lane. Tenacious Roots. I never understood if this talent, while above 75%, is like about an ally or yourself. If Malfurion is supposed to have much more health, or if you are. If Malfurion... Yeah, I do see that. Li Ming! Come on. I didn't see the globe coming towards me. I don't know if the healer, Malfurion, is supposed to be above 75%, or if the healed target. I never understood that, that's why I never pick it. And usually like, if you're playing Malfurion, you're probably the only healer, and allies are not gonna be above 75% health most of the time. And if they are, then it's either before fight, or after fight. And if it's after fight, healing someone to full health usually doesn't matter, because it's only like an extra regrowth on them. So, I think I regularly call that rejuvenation, not regrowth. Very nice grab there. This feels like complete opposite of the previous game. I don't have to worry about allies making stupid decisions, because like... I mean, the rest didn't act much yet, but like Kerrigan calls, wait, one of our teammates is dead, we shouldn't fight because they're all 5, etc, etc. Like, that Zagar, for example, I would murder her if she was on my team. Recalling right next to a Nidus? Why not go into the Nidus instead? I'm sure that you had other Nidus at the base, yes? That's what a Zagar would usually do. I'm glad that the Zagar is not on my team currently. Alright. I guess I'll take Roots. I mean, I would pick that in a split second, but I just wanted to talk while I had the menu open, because I was dead. Alright, so let's have a look at the talents. Block, Fury, Momentum. I guess those talents are fine. I don't really play Kerrigan, so I can't talk much about that. Ah! I took damage. Oh no. Get back. Where's... Oh, he's coming in. Okay. That was not. The silence was good, but I intended to hit those two as well, and I failed at hitting them. Yeah, take it, boy! Oh no. Heal, 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 heal! Oh, damn it. I mean, Muradin is still alive and he's gonna finish off the core because... Oh, no, no. Focus the core. Focus the... Forget me! Focus core. We're gonna win if you focus it. There we go. Muradin was slightly out of place with that attempt to save me, but thankfully he did listen when we pinged the core. Alright. So, I think this was the absolute opposite of the previous game. I don't think I have anything to question my allies for, except that last Muradin's push. Yeah, he did well. I think Kerrigan was kind of the MVP here, because she dragged in like 4 extra kills we otherwise wouldn't get because I was dead, and I couldn't... Most of the time I was dead and I couldn't use roots on the target, which was overextending. It was usually Thrall. Alright, so let's have a look at the talents. Talents... I took an altered version of Damage Malfurion. Toads... Ritual... I think this was a really greedy pick, but I get why he took it. I think maybe he could have taken like a talent for spiders, but I do get the rest, because on this map, whoever does not have to recall longer wins, because that means you can keep control of the dragon altars for longer than your enemy. So I do get the ritual, I don't get the toads. But I guess he took it because the corridors on this map are pretty small, so it's much better than the spiders, because you have a higher chance to hit with these. Ravenous Spirit... I maybe would pick Gargantuan, but I guess by the time we got to level 10 we were winning, so he probably knew Gargantuan wouldn't work, because whenever a fight initiated, it kept moving from place to place. Not very far, but I think Gargantuan would be eventually out of place. Ice Block, yeah, sure. Ring of Poison, fine, why not? We were pretty successful at catching the enemies early to mid, so why not amplify the one skill you can catch enemies with? And it was pretty easy to set up a situation where Nazeepo would trap someone in the ring of zombies. Yeah, then there's the Plock, Fury Swarm, Momentum, Maelstrom. Yeah, I guess. Extra damage, fine. Yeah, whatever. Reveal, Wisp. Yeah. I'd say maybe they didn't have any super strong percent health damage, so maybe an Avatar would have been to secure the win. But Haymaker was okay enough in this position. So, whatever. I'm just trying to capitalize on the fact that this game was the exact opposite of the previous one, and that, with a few exceptions, it's not like I would be WTFing about all the talents, right? Like with that Greymane, or like with the Illidan, where I WTF'd only about like 2 or 3 talents, or no, 1 or 2 talents. I just wanted to I'm kind of a hypocrite. I'm just trying to prove that in this game where I don't argue with allies and where they play well, I have nothing to argue about. I have nothing to cry about, because their talent choices are good. Their vision of the game is good. Like, they see what do enemies do and they pick talents according to that. Like, for example, this Nazeebo or the Kerrigan. Whereas in the previous game, Greymane just kept picking talents for Cocktail, and they have, you know, like Alexstrasza, which heals usually targets in an area, because her Q, her regular heal, consumes her health. Whatever. It's subjective. I might be wrong, but I would want to think that I am not. That these talent choices were much better than the last game. And that I would want to keep playing with these allies, and not the ones like previous game. You know, like, there's one thing that is not aimed at this video, but like in general, it's usually Greymanes that are pretty toxic, or just like tell everyone else what to do, or rage when they die. Whatever, that has nothing to do with this video. I just wanted to say, like, if you saw the difference between match 1 and match 2. Like, in match 1 I was angry about my allies' decisions, about their calls, when to fight and when to not fight, and how they kept trashing me for not wanting to fight. And then, in game 2, whenever we fought, whenever we fought, we always won the fight. With, like, one exception, and that was when one of us got gorged, and then the fight happened. That was, like, the end game. Like, I think, I don't know who was carried away, but, like, one target was gorged, and then it was carried away, and that's why we lost. But we had the event, so we won anyway. And, like, I just want to say that I think that I'm better than a Diamond League. But because of the allies, like in the game before this one, I keep going down. They weight me down like a brick. Whatever. I should stop boasting and I should just finish the video. Probably most of you turned it off by now, and probably only like 10% of my regular audience watched this, maybe even less. Whatever. If you saw the difference, then I'm glad for you, because you would probably... If I could pick between you and someone random, I would pick you, because you would know how to play the game. It's getting weird now. Whatever. That's it for this video, and I'll see you next time. And next might be a Warcraft, but I don't know yet. I'm still figuring out what to record, etc, etc. I will continue Warcraft, but I'm sort of starting to run out of content. So, anyway, that's it, and I'll see you next time.